Hi guys, it's Jenny Silver. I'm a business coach and wedding photographer, and recently my job has switched to be full-time EDD, questions, claims, etc. representative. If you follow my channel, you know that I have been working hard every day to answer all of your unemployment and pandemic unemployment questions, because we cannot get through to the EDD. I have been through thousands and thousands of comments on my videos, providing the best assistance I possibly can to fill in where the EDD falls short. Now, today I want to share an open letter to Governor Gavin Newsom. Now, my platform on YouTube has a unique advantage to being able to get the attention of the governor's office. My platform on YouTube has been transformed recently with such a high volume of viewers, commenters, and subscribers so quickly, all asking their questions, all sharing their stories, and receiving information from me the best that I can. So I want to call upon you, the viewers, to please leave a comment below requesting an audit of the California EDD so that those unemployment and pandemic unemployment claimants who have yet to have their questions answered, their claims processed, or have undergone some of the discrepancies or issues within the system where they are not able to claim the same benefits as everyone else. Please leave a comment in support of that, and please remember to be as respectful and clear as possible. I ask also that you share this video. Share it everywhere you can, and please request comments to be added. I will not send this video link over to the governor's office until I receive a large volume of comments in support of this, showing that there is so many issues, so much to investigate, so much to be solved, and that it is urgent that it gets the attention of the state. Governor Gavin Newsom, thank you so much for your help, your support, and your continued work for the state of California. My name is Jenny Silver. I'm a wedding photographer and a business coach. I had the pleasure of meeting and photographing you 2 years ago at a wedding. I humbly request that you audit the Employment Development Department, the California EDD. Those who need unemployment insurance and pandemic unemployment assistance at this time are receiving next to no help. They're being left with no one to turn to during a time of pandemic when they are unable to work, unable to run their businesses, unable to provide food, rent, bills for their family, and they are getting desperate. Now, I have received my benefits, and I am so grateful for that. My claim was processed within 48 hours once the applications were open for pandemic unemployment, and I am so grateful that I am able to receive those benefits. Unfortunately, that's not the case for many Californians. Many Californians applied to pandemic unemployment or traditional unemployment, and they have not heard back. Not only have they not heard back, but they have waited an unreasonable amount of time. The EDD states to wait 2 weeks for a response. However, I am talking to people daily who have waited 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and they have heard nothing from the EDD. In addition to claims being processed at an extremely slow rate with little to no communication, getting through and trying to seek out that communication to follow up on your application, to find out why you were denied, to figure out why something has been pending for 3-4 weeks, to figure out all of these unknowns is impossible. Getting through to the EDD through the phone lines is next to a full-time job in itself. There seems to be a few brief windows throughout the day when claimants can get through and actually talk to a person on the phone. I have published a video on the best time and method to do this, and many have gotten through using that. However, many have not. And people cannot get through to speak to someone who can help them, who can push their claim forward, who can answer their questions, who can help them get the benefits that they qualify for. Many are left on the phone hearing a voice message that hangs up on them that tells them that they are at too high of a volume and they cannot take their call. And they hear that message over and over and over again. Their days are filled with calling and waiting on the phone and being afraid of how they will pay their bills. In addition to the phone lines being an issue, the written responses from the EDD are also an issue. Through the Contact Us tab in the UI Online portal and the Ask EDD function, people are not receiving replies. My own Contact Us and Ask EDD submissions have received replies 4 to 6 weeks later. That's standard for everyone else who has been submitting these. They do not hear a reply for 1 to 2 months later. Now, if they can't call in, they can't write in. Many people have been trying to mail information in, mailing in questions, mailing in appeals, and still they do not receive a reply. Those who do get through the phone lines oftentimes are met with someone who is inexperienced, inefficient, or has inaccurate information that contradicts other information that they have been provided or find online. In addition to that, oftentimes they must wait and receive a call back from someone who is qualified to work with their case. That call takes an additional 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or in many cases, it never comes. Claimants report many of the same common issues that recur over and over again. Claim after claim, the same issues are occurring. These issues are numeric and widespread. So many of these issues need to be solved by the EDD directly. The people like me that are trying to provide assistance cannot provide assistance with this. This needs to be done directly by the EDD. One of these issues involves receiving both a denial and an approval letter in the same day or within a few days of each other. Claimants are not sure if they are approved or denied, and their claims seem to be stuck, not moving forward. When they call in, they are met with a phone line that hangs up on them. Another major issue for claimants is that for those applying for pandemic unemployment assistance who are self-employed, either 1099 workers or those who own their own business, they have a large volume of income on 1099s or self-employment income and a small amount of income, sometimes as small as just a few hours, one day worked on a W-2. Their W-2 work is then qualified as their unemployment income. That is the amount that qualifies them, and they're approved at a much lower rate that does not reflect their true net income. There's no alternative for those people. They are not eligible for retroactive benefits, and they are not eligible to receive a full weekly benefit amount that they should be entitled to that would support their family, that would put food on the table. Instead, they are left with a very small benefit amount, and there is no appeals process for this that actually solves the issue. When they call in, the EDD claim representative lets them know that yes, that is correct. That is how the system qualifies them. This is incredibly unfortunate for those people that fall into this camp who have worked hard to earn their self-employment income, yet cannot claim it as a benefit qualifier like the rest of us. Another issue we see is that those who are on unemployment or pandemic unemployment and test COVID positive, who are hospitalized, who are too sick to work, when they certify for their biweekly continued claims forms, they mark, "Are you too sick to work?" Yes. As an honest and accurate answer, they were too sick to work because they had contracted COVID-19. Now, unemployment benefits, if you state that you are too sick to work, cease. They do not receive their payments. And because they tested positive for COVID-19, they are following protocols to keep safe and healthy and keep their community safe and healthy. They may be hospitalized, they may be bedridden. However, they are not able to collect their benefits because of this. We are also seeing people who have their claims closed through no fault of their own, through what seems to be a technical glitch in the system. Their claims are closed. despite certifying, despite doing everything they possibly can. Their claims are closed. When they click reopen claim, they get stuck in a loop. The claim closes, they have to reopen it, and so on, and the cycle continues. These people try to call through and once again cannot call in to get a rep to help them. We're also seeing frequent pending certification issues where people certify for their weeks in order to qualify to receive their weekly benefits. When they fill out their continued claims form for their certification stating if they were able to work and earn money, etc., these certifications are marked as pending for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes as long as 2 or 3 months without moving from pending to paid. What I've found through talking to people is that in order for these to move from pending to paid, they have had to call in, get a hold of a representative, and have them manually move them from pending to paid over the phone. Now, if no one is able to get through to the phone lines to get a hold of a claim representative in order to move these from pending to paid, then they are out of luck. Another issue we're seeing is that the state is not withholding federal income taxes on the additional $600 boost from the Federal CARES Act. For those who check the box, yes, withhold federal income taxes, the additional $600 boost in the state of California is not being withheld from that $600. The $600 is subject to federal income tax. Someone is checking the box, yes, withhold, and it is not being withheld. Many of these people are not checking their statements. They're not used to withholding their own taxes, and they unfortunately will be at a great loss and confusion when tax time comes around. We're also seeing many claims with an incorrect start date, despite the claimant inputting a correct retroactive date on their application. Applications may start as early as 2/2 and be honored as long as the claimant had their income impacted by a qualifying COVID reason. Now, many people who do qualify for these retroactive payments are inputting an earlier start date on their application. However, when they receive their benefits, their start date is incorrect. They must then call in, get a representative to fix it, or submit the change online. These changes are not being reflected in their payments until 2-3 months later, and in most cases not at all, because they can't get through or they don't receive a response. Another common issue we're seeing is broken UI online portals. The portals online are not functioning. Some people are able to log in, certify for benefits, view their claim status, and see everything just fine, while many others cannot access this system and require on having a representative fix their broken portal for them. Now, getting this fixed, once again, relies on being able to get through the phone line and get a claim representative to help you. Lastly, another common issue is that we are seeing people with certifications marked as not paid or disqualified with no further explanation. They don't understand why their weeks and their weekly benefits are not able to be received. They receive no explanation. They feel they have done everything right. However, their claim benefits stop abruptly with no explanation and no way to get through and get answers. Now, these are not all of the issues with the EDD. These are merely the most frequently occurring issues that I am seeing from my subscribers. We kindly ask that you please push an audit of the EDD, that you look at not only their day-to-day operations, that people are able to get through to the phone lines and get help that they need, but also that all claimants are being treated fairly and are able to receive access to the same benefits as long as they qualify. This matter is urgent and demands the utmost attention immediately. We ask kindly and respectfully that you please issue an audit of the EDD. Thank you for your